This is Jeremiah Kipainoi, and this is the Keepcast. Today, we are discussing how to resurrect from the visibility graveyard. If your work is not getting seen, it's not dead, but it might be buried somewhere underground in the visibility graveyard where impact fades into silence and game changing ideas go unnoticed. Hear me out. Most leaders are invisible and they even don't know it. It's not a lack of passion holding them back, it's the fact that no one sees their work. Maybe you know someone who's stuck in this stage. They share their work and they post in a while, but the weight of competing priorities crushes them. They start believing that the hassle of creating and sharing content is not worth it. But here's the truth: your work doesn't speak for itself. You have to give it a voice. The difference between leaders who grow and those that fade is visibility. Have you ever felt like you're working so hard, you are making an impact, but somehow no one seems to notice? Like you're out here putting in the hours, doing great work, but the world is just silent. That, my friend, is called the visibility graveyard, where impactful work is buried and forgotten. Here's the truth: hard work on ground alone is not enough. We've been told, let your work speak for itself. But in today's world, if people don't see your work, it might as well not exist. Most people struggle with the consistency they need when amplifying their work because they rely on motivation rather than a habit. And as Aristotle put it, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. Without systems, without accountability, and a rhythm for visibility, even the best of work remains unseen. If you wait for the perfect moment or work around what people think, others, often less experienced, are out there telling their stories. They are getting more opportunities and they are growing their impact. You will not hit rock bottom again if you remember these numbers. 80% of content organizations creates goes mostly unused. You have Google Drives full of content that you actually haven't ever posted. 70% of marketing lacks a consistent or integrated content strategy. You just don't have a plan. 87 of organizations 87% of organizations agree that developing engaging content is hard, and I think that's why you're here. So if you struggle with focusing for 20 minutes a day creating content, you are not alone. In just 5 steps today, I'll give you a small guide on how to create content around your work and still be able to share it consistently while keeping your frontline work alive. This is how to get ahead of 99% of frontline campaigners. Number one, create long form content. Number two, create content in bulk. We call it batching. Number three, create a simple posting workflow. Number four, get a ghost assistant, someone who can help you even if not in person. Number five, engage, don't just post. Every month, spare a day, create like your life depends on it. Blocks of strategic creativity is how you get ahead of the 99%. Frontline leaders often operate on crisis mode. There's no time to craft new content every single day, and that's understandable. The result: social media pages go quiet, websites remain outdated, and partners don't even see the full scope of their impact. Instead of trying to post daily, create one strong, long form piece, a blog post, a newsletter, a long video, or even a detailed LinkedIn update. Then from that one piece, break it into short form content. Pull out quotes, turn out insights into tweets, and also clip short videos. This way, one form of content fuels multiple platforms, and it makes it easier for you to stay visible without extra work. When you create long form content, you can repurpose what you have to say, and you can build a sustainable foundation for sharing your work consistently without the daily scramble. Most frontline leaders are stretched too thin, juggling programs, fundraising, field work. But you don't need a full time communications team to stay consistent. A virtual assistant, an intern, or a volunteer can help you stay on top of things. They can help you respond to people, can help you to repurpose, and also schedule your long form content. Getting an extra hand means that you don't have to do everything alone. And by focusing on the long piece of content, you can keep doing what work matters, the work that keeps you going, the one that you're passionate about, while your assistant ensures that your updates reach the right people. And it's easy for you to get stuck in the loop of, I should post something, but never really find the time to do it. Leaders end up only posting when they are in crisis mode, when funding is needed urgently, or when a major issue arises. Set aside at least a day or two per month to create and schedule content in bulk. Use free tools like Create the Creator Studio from Meta. You can also use Zoho Social or Buffer, which I have used for a long time to schedule posts. And do not leave the heavy lifting work to the assistant. You're the one who knows the best of the pain points and successes of the work that you're doing, and you know how to articulate it best without putting a burden on someone else. Take a day to document your work, film 1 to 2 long videos in one session, or even draft several posts at once. Then this way, your assistant's job will only be scheduling. But if you plan to do it yourself without an assistant, you still not have to think about what am I going to post tomorrow, or what am I going to post this week. You already have it, and now it's just about repurposing. This way, you can still focus on what you're passionate about, and you are also visible at the same time online. And by producing a lot of content at once, you shift from reaction mode to proactive storytelling. You can plan what kind of stories you want to tell, and you can do it in a sequence that people can actually follow you, keeping your audience engaged without having daily stress. The worst feeling is posting something and no one talks back. No likes, no comments, no shares, just silence and an embarrassingly low number of impressions. Many leaders focus so much on producing their own work that they forget that social media is a conversation. It's not a billboard. If you're not posting, you're either doing something else. And if you're only posting but not engaging with others, your content gets buried in algorithms and your audience will tune out. So spend about 10 minutes a day. Engage with other people. Like, comment, share other people's posts, partners, funders, community members. You also know it's a tit for tat. You like my page, I like your page, and however much that is it's not directly from your mind or comes to your mind, it happens almost behind the scenes. Ask questions, reply to comments, also tag collaborators in your updates. The more you interact, the more visible your content also becomes, and the stronger your relationships will also grow. Engagement is not extra work. Engagement is the secret to making your content go further without reading or needing to create a new one. The key to staying consistent is not working harder, it's working smarter. Without a clear system, sharing content will become an afterthought. Every post will feel like starting from scratch, and this will lead to an inconsistency and also burnout. Use templates, use content calendars, and automation tools to make posting easy. Set up a Google Drive, or like me, use Cortex to store photos, posting testimonials, and also key updates. You can put them in one place, and that way it's going to be easy for you to access when you're trying to create content the next time. Use pre-made content templates for newsletters, use it for social media content, so that you also cut down on writing time. Automate posts with tools like Zoho Social, Buffer, Hootsuite, and then that way you'll be able to save time posting on each platform. So content also goes out when you are in the field. And a simple system will remove the mental overload of figuring out what to post, and this will help you share consistently without adding stress. Being a grassroots leader means juggling 100 priorities, but staying visible should not feel like one more burden. With long form content, an assistant, creating in bulk, with engagement and simple systems, you can amplify your work without losing time. The more consistently you share, the more support, the more funding, the more recognition you will attract. So Start today because the world needs to see the impact that you are making. My name is Jeremiah Kipainoi, and this has been the Keepcast.